Mixing moss with yogurt creates a growing paint you can use to paint moss on things. Cassette tapes as a format has been kept alive by a unique demographic, US prison inmates. The town Chicken, Alaska was supposed to be named Ptarmigan, but the locals couldn't agree on the spelling, so settled on Chicken, to save themselves the embarrassment if it was spelled wrong. The International Space Station is closer to the Earth than San Francisco is to LA. The 3 oldest living people in the UK were all born within a day of each other. People who use many emojis in online dating profiles are perceived as less intelligent. Imitation vanilla is manufactured from the anal glands of beavers. Not walking your dog is a crime in the city of Rome. Golden Girls Estelle Getty was 1 year younger than her TV daughter Bea Arthur. Theodore Roosevelt, Andrew Jackson, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and Winston Churchill had tattoos. Our sun has sunquakes generating waves reaching 2 miles high and reaching speeds up to 250,000 miles per hour. The tail of a comet can reach 1 million kilometers long. Fossil remains of an extinct Colossus penguin was nearly 7 feet tall and weighed 250 pounds, unearthed in Antarctica. It is fairly common for hedgehogs to eat their babies and/or reject them. In 1896, someone actually got a patent for an automatic hat tipper. International Space Station has the internet speed of 600 megabytes per second. There are people that can see sound. Woody Harrelson's father was a hitman who murdered a federal judge. The original drafts of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory included a child named Herpes. When in full training mode, Michael Phelps consumed a staggering 12,000 calories a day. The iconic iPod headphone wires appeared white but is called moon grey because Steve Jobs was instinctively against white products. The game Punch Buggy wasn't a clever advertising scheme, it was just a game invented by a bored kid. There is a show on TLC where people design wedding dresses made entirely out of toilet paper. There's a cryptocurrency called Dogecoin. They even have a market cap of $60 million. Carrot leaves are edible and highly nutritious.
¿Quieres?
It can take a photon 40,000 years to reach the surface of the sun from the core, but only 8 minutes to travel to Earth. Sticks of butter come in 2 different shapes in the US based on which coast you are on. Leonardo da Vinci is credited as being first to correctly explain earthshine. Dogs can be allergic to humans. The hybrid offspring of male tiger and a female lion is called a Tugun, and that of a male lion and a female tiger is called Elijah. There is an International Bat Appreciation Day, which is marked every year on April 17th. The official state sport of Maryland is jousting. 78% of automobiles worldwide are either white, black, silver, or grey. White dominates at 39%. In-N-Out Burger used to have a phone number where someone gave you directions to the nearest burger location. There is a gene in E. coli called yeet. Viable sperm can be harvested from dead men up to 48 hours after death. Emilia Clarke performed the funky chicken and robot dances at her Game of Thrones audition. A football is commonly referred to as a pigskin because historically they contained an inflated pig's bladder. Ice cream ads uses mashed potatoes instead of ice creams as they don't melt. Queen Elizabeth II and her husband Prince Philip are third cousins. They both share Queen Victoria as their common great-great-grandmother. English version of the Bible sometimes translate "penises" as feet. When the Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre in 1911, Pablo Picasso was brought in for questioning in relation to the theft. If you hold in a fart, some of it gets expelled through your lungs. Stuart Little was a human child born to human parents who just looked exactly like a 2-inch tall mouse. On average, Mercury, not Mars or Venus, is the closest planet to Earth. The pink dinosaur in Mario Brothers, Birdo, struggles with gender identity and is actually a male. His Japanese name Kyasarin translates to Catherine. In Italy, the installation of a bidet in a bathroom has been mandatory since 1975. Bald eagles share parenting duties. The male and the female take turns incubating the eggs, and they both feed their young. They usually mate for life too. Gin and tonic originated in India to make quinine, a traditional cure for malaria, more palatable for the British Army stationed in the region. It is believed that Van Gogh only sold one painting in his lifetime. The remainder were sold and became famous after his death. A 2015 Japanese study suggests that looking at pictures of puppies and kittens can help improve focus and concentration. The presence of a hair growing out of mole may indicate that the spot is actually healthy and non-cancerous. The porn industry requested a stimulus package during the Great Recession due to a soft economy, describing itself as an industry the nation could not live without. Dr. Seuss's widow disliked the Cat in the Hat so much that she banned Hollywood from making live-action movies of Seuss characters. Until 2012, the US state of North Dakota wasn't technically a state due to an error in their state constitution which lacked the required oath of office to qualify for statehood. Brad Pitt's foundation built 150 homes in New Orleans after Hurricane Katrina, many of which are rotting and structurally unsafe. 3 days after the atomic bombing of Hiroshima, trams resumed their routes in the ruins of the city. If you eat something and die, it is poisonous. If something bites you and you die, it is venomous. Dolphins come in just behind humans in brain power, can demonstrate skills and awareness previously thought to be present only in humans. There's a single word for spirits/angels/deities whose job is to escort the dead to the afterlife: psychopomp. The walkie-talkie building in London can reflect sunlight so intensely that it once melted a car. In 1275, the theft of a cow by a peasant led to a war that resulted in 15,000 deaths on the territory of present-day Belgium. Galaxies can have satellite galaxies that orbit them like planets orbit stars. The Milky Way has about 50 satellite galaxies. Tigers have striped skin, not just striped fur. The stripes are like fingerprints and no two tigers have the same pattern. California was named after a mythical island of black women who kept man-eating griffins as pets. Eating Oreos may cause your poop to turn black, due mostly to the artificial food coloring and chemicals in packaged cookies. One of the Jack movies, Jack Bad Grandpa, was actually nominated for an Oscar. The French government didn't admit to its complicity in the Holocaust until 1995, i.e. 40 years after the Nazis were defeated. The US has about 18.6 million millionaires. The animal with the smallest known brain-to-body ratio is the bony-eared fish. Ants eat more meat than lions, tigers and wolves combined. Over 2/3 of Fortune 500 companies are based in Delaware. All mammals are capable of dreaming, REM sleep. Some birds and fish are capable of this also. All farts depend on your internal temperature. Some just feel hotter than others. Women on birth control pills blink 32% more often than other women. James L. Kraft, the inventor of processed American cheese, was born a Canadian citizen. Fascination, where instead of growing around a single point, a plant grows elongated. In World War II, Spam, the canned meat loaf, was so vital and ubiquitous that Uncle Sam became Uncle Spam. A Subway sandwich artist was trapped in a refrigerator overnight and wrote a desperate plea for help in ketchup. Dalmatian puppies are born completely white, without any spots. The inventor of the frontal lobotomy won a Nobel Prize in medicine. The Sound of Music's story was based on a real family of singers, and now the real Von Trapp House is a hotel. We are either left or right-eye dominant, just the way we are left-handed or right-handed. 70% are right-eyed. Napoleon Bonaparte was once attacked by a horde of hundreds of bunnies. Some Midwesterners eat cinnamon rolls with their chili. A Norman army of 500 men abandoned their encampment due to being tormented by tarantula spiders. Juvenile Komodo dragons will roll in their own poop to deter adults from cannibalizing them. It costs more than 1 cent to physically create 1 cent.